Breaking news. Charges dropped against 119 #End Bad Governance protesters in Nigeria. In a landmark decision, the Federal High Court in Abuja has struck out charges against 119 protesters involved in the #End Bad Governance movement, a case that has sparked nationwide debate on the freedom of expression and the right to protest in Nigeria. Viewers can expect an in-depth analysis of the court's decision and its potential impact on future civic movements in the country. What happened? The 119 protesters, initially arraigned on November 1, faced severe charges, including treason and incitement to mutiny, charges that hold serious implications under Nigerian law. The protesters were brought to court in two separate groups. The first included 76 individuals, with 32 minors among them, while the second batch comprised 43 protesters. Their charges symbolized a critical moment for both the #End Bad Governance campaign and Nigerian civil rights, as they faced intense scrutiny for standing against government policies. The court's decision. The proceedings took a surprising turn when Justice Obiora Egwuatu struck out the charges, following a request from the counsel to the Attorney General of the Federation, MD Abubakar, to discontinue the case. This move has led to discussions about the role of the Attorney General's office and its influence over such high-profile cases. The judge's decision has effectively ended the trial, providing relief to the protesters and sparking dialogue about the government's stance on freedom of protest. Impact and reaction. The case's outcome has stirred public interest, with reactions pouring in from activists, legal experts, and citizens. This decision sets a precedent, indicating that peaceful protests may be more protected than previously assumed. Civic organizations argue that the dismissal reflects a shift in recognizing citizens' rights to voice their opinions on governance issues, a stance that could embolden future demonstrations. In other news, U.S. Election Day drama. As Nigeria navigates its own political landscape, the United States is experiencing a high-stakes election day. Presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are making their final campaign efforts, rallying support in key swing states, from Pennsylvania to North Carolina and Michigan. Harris focused her outreach in Pennsylvania, visiting cities and addressing issues important to diverse communities, including reproductive rights and unity. Joining her were notable public figures like Lady Gaga and Oprah Winfrey, lending additional appeal to her message of inclusivity and change. On the Republican front, Donald Trump made his presence known in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan, highlighting his stance on immigration and national security. Trump's campaign events were punctuated with high-energy speeches and celebrity appearances, including UFC fighters, to engage audiences with his promise of a strong, secure America. Who's leading the polls? As voting continues, the race remains neck and neck, with swing states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Arizona showing narrow margins that could sway the election. With only fractional differences in polls, neither candidate has a definitive lead, making the final votes crucial. In Nigeria, the dismissal of charges against the #End Bad Governance protesters signals a potential shift in how civic actions are treated, highlighting the importance of citizens' rights to challenge policies without fear of severe repercussions. Meanwhile, the U.S. election intensifies, with each vote potentially deciding the future of its governance. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like, and share for more timely news updates and in-depth analysis.